cat and chip. I come through like what's good, these wigs get split. Man better breeze and spray, it's long enough a cheese to bite it down in his flips. X is a lyrical 4-4 in this, so make sure it's X that you wanna rally with. Over the big man, turn to the kid. Shout out smoking on flat top wigs. Never seen X's with your eyes closed, don't move past girls behind your eyelid. Bars and flows, check out their mixture. Told them man can't handle the fixture. It's all funny games to the person saying it's all funny games. Get beat up and cracked out the picture. Must be react if you think you can break me. I'll tell my man put down the liquor. Fucks, I ain't got none. Don't care which means I lost them. Genie's out of the bottle when I ain't going back, so now I'm a problem. They can't land, I'm a pro or column. Lyrically taking lives, I'm taking souls. Can see man's never been stolen. I'll take heads off, I leave them rolling just like this.
In this video, we are going to take a look at my favorite Glock 19 Gen 5 I have ever built. You've seen plenty of two-tone guns on this channel, but this one was special because it was a tribute to the first gun I ever shared with you on YouTube, my 300 Blackout. This Glock is a mix of all the things I've loved running over the years, as well as some new things that I've recently come across that have quickly become my favorite, all culminating to running my very own trigger in collaboration with the Gun Co., which I'm excited to talk about. The best way to support the channel is by becoming a member of the kit page, where I provide discount codes and organize all the links to everything I talk about on the channel. Huge thank you to the sponsors of the channel. Guns Online, thank you. HSL Ammo sponsors most, if not all, of the ammo you see me shoot. It is fantastic. And of course, Optics Planet, thank you. I have discount codes for all of them below. Full disclosure, the sponsors of the channel all came together to make this build happen, as well as Radian and Copper Precision, but as always, none of them expect anything from me in return besides an honest review. But definitely a big thank you to everyone who made the build come together, especially the guys at Copper Precision who did the slide cut and Cerakote, which I think makes the build aesthetically. There's no contracts in place, and these are just my honest thoughts on a build I truly loved putting together. Starting with the base, we have a basic Glock 19 Gen 5, which after Glock's recent news is now officially, I'm proud to say, a vintage. As always, I try to never change any of the internal parts from Glock. I just leave it almost all OEM to avoid any possible weak points for malfunctions to occur. The only things I tend to switch out are the slide lock lever, which I generally change to the Vickers tactical version. It's not a huge difference, but I do think they are better. And as you've seen on my previous builds, I generally switch out the trigger shoe because reliability-wise, this is one of the safest upgrades you can make as long as you're going with a quality brand. I'm sure you've seen in the past I've been using Train with Purpose's trigger shoes, which are identical to this one, but as you know, they were impossible to keep in stock. So the Gun Co. reached out to me asking if I wanted to collaborate on some things, and I was stoked because they're the same guys I've been using for years through Train with Purpose. They created a logoless trigger option just for me, and if sales go well with these, then one day they will be putting my logo on them, so that is pretty cool and exciting to look forward to. For now though, they are the same triggers you know and love, they are just more easily available now. The slide upgrades in combination with the trigger make shooting this thing an absolutely fantastic experience. Starting from the back here, we have a Train with Purpose backplate as a tribute to him for showing me the best trigger ever, and also just being a really good guy and business owner in general. The iron sights are suppressor height Trigicons with green tritium. The red dot is my new favorite from Holosun, which is the 509T. It uses a similar footprint to the Aimpoint Acro, where you tighten a screw on the side which secures it directly to the slide without any top screws. This for me is the most secure and best mounting solution I've seen for red dots, and I think every company should figure out how to use it. The 509T is full of good features, it's reliable, fully enclosed, and uses solar as well as the battery, which is awesome and redundant. I'm a big fan of this red dot so far. All of these slides internals are OEM except for the barrel and and compensator, which are both from Radian. I did have the afterburner compensator Cerakoted, the same color as the slide, because I thought it would look cool, and turns out it does. Radian's compensator is one of the only ones where I feel like it actually does something when it comes to muzzle rise. This thing shoots so flat. Huge fan of Radian. I think they are going above and beyond when it comes to innovation in firearms technology. They really do make some impressive stuff, of course, for premium. The Cerakote and slide cut for the 509T was done again by Culper Precision, which I do have a code for them, so make sure you check out the sponsors page of my website if you need any of that work done. They do amazing work though, and not just for slide cuts and Cerakote, but pretty much anything you can think of when it comes to firearms, smithing, and modifications. I pretty much use them for everything I can't do myself. Moving back to the lower, we have the classic Goon Tape Talon Grip combo. I have always been a fan of this setup, but I did just recently use a grip from Handle It Grips, and I was really impressed with the texture of it, so I might be using that one more in the future. I'll be reviewing that on my Fusion XP Pro though, so stay tuned for that. I did also cut one of the back straps to make the grip a little wider, as well as slightly change the grip angle, which I've liked a lot. The light is my new favorite option from Surefire, which is their X300 Turbo with the tab style mounting, which makes taking it on and off super easy for battery changes. I've never had any issues with these so far, and I found them to be very secure. The magwell is one I've used for years from SLR Rifle Works. Huge fan of the sleek design. It's functional, clean, and comfortable. Big fan of it. And the last thing is one of the first mag extensions I purchased with my original Glock 45 from Tyrant Designs. These have been impressively reliable through all the years, so good on them for making some quality stuff. The holster here is from Tier 1 Concealed. Absolutely fantastic. I've run Tier 1 for years now, and they have never let me down. High quality kydex, and it actually comes with a Safariland fork, which is nice because most companies will just cheap out and send a fake China version. I get it, profit margins are low, but props to Tier 1 for keeping it quality. I was also able to partner with Tier 1 a little while back, and Kit Page members have one of the only discount codes available for their site, so make sure you check that out if you're going to pick one up. Pretty short and sweet, but that is the build. Right now it is by far my favorite Glock 19. It's so smooth and easy to shoot. It holds so many good memories of how far this channel has come, and it's just in general a fantastic handgun. If I were to list out some of the upgrades I think are worth it, from most worth it to least for the price, here's what that would look like for this build. First three upgrades for sure would be the trigger shoe, and I do feel like I need to say this. It's not just because of the collaboration. I was using this exact shoe long before all of that happened. I genuinely believe they are a huge upgrade for the money. The next would be the Talon Grip and Goon Tape combo, and definitely the 509T red dot. If you had just those, I think you would be very satisfied with the gun so far. But if you want the best of the best version of it, the next three would definitely be the ramjet afterburner, the light, which I do think is really important to have a light, especially for holster compatibility, and the magwell probably last, even though I do really love it. I think you can do without the suppressor height sights, especially if you're going with the 509T. The backplate is purely for aesthetics and memories, and the slide step really doesn't need to be upgraded on the 19, but it's just a small luxury if you have no budget restrictions. Whatever you decide to go with first, just make sure you're taking it to the range to train so you can be better prepared to defend innocent life. If you shoot best with a stock Glock, then keep it that way. But if customizing it and adding a few things gets you training, shooting better, and enjoying shooting more in general, then definitely do it. There is more coming to the channel this month. Stay tuned for the much anticipated PSA ARV build coming soon, and I'll see you in the next one.